Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. Why do you keep postponing yourself? Not your tasks, not your errands, not your obligations, but yourself, your dreams, your growth, your deepest potential. Why do you put off becoming who you truly are? We're all guilty of it, aren't we? We tell ourselves, I'll start when I have more time. I'll focus on myself after I finish this project, after I settle into this job, after the kids grow up, after life gets easier. But here's the thing. Life doesn't pause so you can catch up. It keeps moving. And every time you postpone yourself, you're gambling with something that cannot be reclaimed. Time. Now, don't get me wrong. The reasons we postpone ourselves often feel legitimate. You're busy. You're tired. You're scared. Maybe you don't feel ready. Maybe you're waiting for permission. Permission from the world, from others, from some invisible force to say, now is the time. But what if that permission never comes? What if the readiness you're waiting for is just an illusion? What if the perfect moment you're holding out for doesn't exist? Let's be honest. Most of the time, when we postpone ourselves, it's not because we're too busy. It's because we're afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of what might happen if we actually start living up to our potential. Here's a truth we don't like to admit. Staying stuck, staying small, staying where you are, it's comfortable. Even if you're unhappy, even if you're unfulfilled, it's a known quantity. And the unknown? That's terrifying. So instead, we procrastinate on our own lives. We busy ourselves with distractions. We overcommit to tasks that don't really matter. We convince ourselves that someday, when things calm down, we'll finally get around to the things that matter. But someday isn't real. Someday is a trap we set for ourselves, a way to justify inaction while fooling ourselves into thinking we're just waiting for the right time. Let me ask you this. How many things have you told yourself you'd do someday that you've already postponed for years? The book you were going to write, the trip you were going to take, the skill you were going to learn, the changes you were going to make. How much of your life has been put on hold because you were waiting to feel ready? And here's the question that cuts even deeper. How much longer are you willing to wait? The philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Think about that. Life isn't short because of its length. It's short because of how easily we give away our time to things that don't truly matter. When you postpone yourself, you're not just delaying a goal. You're delaying your life. You're putting off the joy, the growth, the meaning that comes from stepping into who you are meant to be. You might think, but what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I try and it doesn't work? And my response is, what if you never try? What if you spend your whole life waiting, only to wake up one day and realize that the thing you feared most wasn't failure? It was regret. Failure is temporary. Regret is permanent. Here's the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the time, the energy, or the perfect circumstances you're waiting for. If you want to stop postponing yourself, you have to make the choice to begin. And beginning doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you have to know exactly where you're going or how you're going to get there. It just means taking one small step, writing the first sentence, signing up for the class, having the conversation you've been avoiding. There's a saying I love. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. The beauty of starting, even when you don't feel ready, is that the act of starting creates momentum. Once you take that first step, the next one feels a little easier. And with each step, you begin to see that the fear holding you back wasn't as big as you thought it was. You begin to see that your potential is closer than you realized, that the life you've been postponing isn't waiting on perfect timing. It's waiting on you. And when you finally stop postponing yourself, something remarkable happens. You stop living as a spectator of your own life. You stop letting fear dictate your choices. You stop waiting for permission, and you start creating the life you are meant to live. So let me ask you again, why are you postponing yourself? Why are you waiting for someday when everything you need to begin is already within you? Here's the truth. The time will never feel perfect. You will never feel fully ready. And that's okay. Because growth doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. It comes from stepping into the unknown, trusting that you'll figure it out along the way. Don't let fear keep you small. Don't let the illusion of someday rob you of the life you deserve. You are not a project to be put on hold. You are not a dream to be deferred. You are here, now, with the power to begin. The question is, will you take the first step? If this video resonated with you, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch one of my other videos on the side of the screen. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.